Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another round of Round the Clock Cricket with me, Rahul. This is a midweek show, and we will be previewing the very important India South Africa Test match at our home ground, Eden Gardens. Test match back to Eden after 6 years. And today we don't have Ayan and Kunal, who are basically busy with the special preparation that we are having for Ashes. So we're going to have 10 15 minutes discussion on this test match, important test match in between India and the holders of the WTC South Africa. So I welcome Sudeep to the show.
Hello.
Hi, Sudeep.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Test match back to Eden Gardens after a long time, Sudeep.
Yeah, it's so feels so good, you know. There's a lot of
Yeah.
nostalgic memories, lot of good memories,
Yes. Yes. For us,
previously,
yeah, our old guys. I mean,
yeah,
test match at Eden has become a rarity after the 2019 Pink Test.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean, there was a time when all the, if India, if a visiting side was visiting India, they always had tested it. When the five grounds were definitely Firozshah Kotla, which is Arun Jaitley, Wankhede, Chepauk, Kanpur
Bangalore,
Green Park, Bangalore,
Chinnaswamy Stadium, yeah,
Chinnaswamy, and if it was a sixth, Eden Gardens. So from
Eden Garden.
that, now it is diversified into so many new grounds that Eden is hardly getting a test.
Yeah,
So the only four test matches in last 12 years, which is a very shocking statistics, which I saw in the morning. It's good
and
to
such a
see
beautiful ground, you know. People are being
one of the
deprived,
greatest grounds
practically.
in the world, like
Yeah,
Lords and Melbourne. It is one of the great grounds of the world and one of the greatest grounds, if not one of the greatest. And we are really sad that we have not had a test match for a long. We have had a T20, we have had a 50 over World Cup semi-final, but it's good to now have this test match and India fresh from the
and I can
very
see, you know, there's a
enthralling and absorbing.
lot of interest in this particular test match, you know,
Well,
with the
this builds up. This builds up at
and
the last moment.
we can expect a
So
very good
India back
crowd
from a
over the weekend. We can expect a very
correct.
good
India back
crowd.
from a 2-2. We're expecting a good crowd, and we hope to be there to
Yeah,
soak us in the atmosphere in some kind of team round the clock cricket will be there. So
yeah.
we decided to have a short discussion on what's going to be the test match and how it looks. So
Yeah,
Sudeep, if you can put up the South African team, then I'd like to have an opinion from you and how it will go.
yeah, sure. So this is
Uh,
basically the
so
South African team. Yeah,
so Sudeep, a very surprising win at WTC, which we had discussed few months back. We
yeah,
not didn't expect them to beat Australia, but they did. A very surprising win, although a lot of questions on how they went to the final, obviously avoiding a lot of big names. That will always be there in a WTC cycle when you don't play all the teams. But with Babuma pack and with only exclusion of NGD, the
yeah.
entire team, Rabada, Stubbs, Bernine,
But
Marco Jensen, and
and
most importantly,
Bevuma is back as captain. You know, after
that's what I
missing the
said.
Pakistan series. Yeah,
The spin, Hama, Keshav Maharaj, Muthuswamy, the spin, there have got three spinners
yeah. I think these two are the primary
in the
spinners,
side.
and we certainly
What's
cannot
your take
underestimate.
on this side?
Yeah,
So, what's your take on this side, Sunil?
yeah. I think this is a pretty. You know, this is almost the same side. You know, except in which won the
NGD.
WTC final. You know,
That
this
is
is
fine. Correct.
practically it's
Correct.
almost the same team, and if we think that that because of the home conditions, spin friendly pitches, if we think that we'll get some kind of advantage, then they also have Keshav Maharaj and Muthuswamy, who are very accomplished spinners and who perform really well Pakistan in the Pakistan
Correct.
series, and
Correct.
so we can expect a very closely fought match, and with the and either of the side can win. I hope if the weather plays true, there will be some kind of a result, but it is very
I think
difficult
so.
because it will be a very closely fought battle. Because even the Pacers, don't remember that in the morning session the Pacers get a lot of juice in
Yeah,
the
because
wicket.
India, if they lose the toss, if
Yeah,
they lose the toss, and we have been discussing if South Africa wins and they
yeah,
can hold Siraj and Bumrah for the first hour, I
yeah,
think it is going to be a difficult time for India
yeah.
because
And fifth
historically
day
Eden
batting on a fifth
eases
day is
out
going
in
to
day
be
two
very
and three, then
difficult.
becomes a spinning track.
Yeah, batting on the fifth day with Keshav Maharaj
It
and
all depends
Muthuswamy,
if India wins the toss. Yeah, yeah.
and considering Shubman Gill's luck
So
with
what?
the
I mean,
toss.
how do you look at the bet? Yeah, he's
Batting,
lost, I think, 5 to 7. He's lost all 7.
yeah. So, so let's keep our fingers crossed.
So, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think of the batting? What do you think of the batting today?
Yeah,
I think
batting is
Markram is going to open with who's going to open with? I think
Ryan Rickelton. Ryan Rickelton.
Brian Rickleton is going to open with Rickleton. Is it? Okay.
Or no, or Bevuma. Bevuma can come at
No,
one down.
Bevuma will come down one down. I think Bevuma will come one down.
Bevuma will come one down, and then Ryan Mulder is there. Ryan Mulder. I think he's an
I
all-rounder.
think so.
Ryan Mulder is going to come at two down or three. Then they have Devil Brevis, uh, Kristen Stubbs.
Mhm. Yes,
So batting order, a lot
I
of
think so.
a lot will depend on how Markaram plays, because if he can hold one end, then it will provide much more stability to this order and the batting order. South Africa.
Yes, they've got 3 spinners: Keshav Maharaj, Simon Harmer, and Muthuswamy. So, but
Okay.
Harmer, Maharaj, and Muthuswami, Sudeep.
Yeah, they will
So,
be
all
tempted,
averaging for
the
22. And Maharaj has got more than 200 test wickets, by the way. Yeah? He's got
yeah.
200 plus.
He's a very good spinner, and I'm telling you, Mane, he will be more than a handful for the Indian batsmen
I
because
think
Indian
so.
bats because
So, I think it's going to be Aiden Markram, and
it will be Ryan
it is going
Rickelton.
to be, I think,
Ryan
who's
Rickelton
going to
will
be the other
open.
opener? Rickleton. You're saying Rickleton, right?
Yeah, Rickelton. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then one down
Okay.
will be Bevuma.
So, what do you Mhm. So, what do you think is going to happen, basically, if South Africa bats first? What do you think?
Yeah, if South Africa bats first, the first hour will be very crucial, because then you get a lot of assistance from the surface.
Yeah, it
So
is
this,
Rickleton. It is
so
Rickleton.
that is where that
He
is
will
where
be opening with Babuma.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he'll
that
open with this one. He will open with Aiden Markram. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. With Bevuma will come at one down.
correct.
Uh, well, if India loses the toss and South Africa puts
Yeah,
India into that, a lot will depend on how the first hour goes. That is going to be very crucial because that is the time, in Eden Gardens, if I'm not mistaken, we get an earlier, the match starts a bit earlier, 15 minutes earlier, if I'm not mistaken,
correct.
15 to 30 minutes,
Correct.
because
Because it's a eastern side, like Assam. Yeah, it
eastern side.
starts
So
early.
I think we are expecting a 9 o'clock start most probably, and that is the time there will
Most
be a
probably.
lot of assistance, in the first hour,
Correct.
so that if
And
they
most
can Indians
importantly,
can get
Sudeep,
hold of
we
couple
know
of
that
wickets.
Eden is famous for swing and the breeze coming from the Ganges, the
Yeah,
breeze in the winter breeze. So
yeah.
that breeze, if Bumrah can use, because Siraj more or less will hit the deck, but if
Yeah,
Bumrah can use that breeze,
yeah,
I think it will be a more than handful for the Markram and Rickleton.
yeah. If they can get 2 quick wickets, believe me, the South Africa, there's a very good possibility, because the middle order is slightly short in experience.
Yes, that's
South
what I'm
African middle
hearing.
order.
Johnny DeCourcy, Devon Davis, Tyson Stubbs, Kyle Verninen, who is one of the better batsmen, and wicketkeeper, and Ryan Mulder. Mulder is famous for declaring at 367, but
And
Marco Jensen. So the middle order
Kyle,
looks a little weak on paper.
yeah, Kyle Verin I think, is the wicket keeper. So they are slightly short of batting, experiences, as far
Yeah,
as the middle order is concerned. After
yeah,
Bevuma,
he's a good keeper. Mind you, he played well in the
is a
WTC.
good,
He played
yeah,
well in the WTC.
so Tristan Stubbs, is a more attacking sort of player. Is not very good in defending. This Tristan Stubbs.
I think he was in IPL. If I'm not wrong, he was in
Yeah.
Delhi
He was an
Capitals. I
IPL in
think
the
this
Delhi Capitals, Delhi
Delhi Capitals. I
Capitals.
remember him
Yeah,
playing with Abhishek
yeah,
Porel. Yeah.
yeah.
So the
So
main player in the middle order is going to be Stubbs, Verinen, Marco Jensen, and Mulder. Mulder
Bevuma,
you have
of
to look
course.
out for, and Bebuma, of course, in the one
Y-
down.
Yeah,
Opening, yes, you are right. Rickleton might be a little out of experience, and they might try Di Georgie in place of him. That's what I can see from the news.
okay,
They might
okay.
try Di Georgie.
But at the middle order, one down, Bevuma has to hold the fort. because his experience, he's the one of the most experienced batsmen in the South African side.
Correct.
After
Agreed.
Markram,
Agreed.
he, along with
Agreed.
Edwin Markram, they both have to provide the stability. Otherwise, the South African batting is slightly short of experience. And
Short of
after in
experience.
the in the
Agreed.
afternoon, when the ball provides some kind of assistance to the spinners, and India is
Sudeep, your sound is muffling up. Your sound is muffling up.
yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Your
Yeah.
sound is muffling up. Yeah, now it's clear. Now it is clear.
Yeah. So, if the middle order will hold the key, because, in the afternoon, when the ball will provide some kind of assistance to the spinners, India will definitely play with three spinners, if I am not mistaken.
Right.
It will be
They
Washington
will.
Sundar,
Washington
Ravindra
Sundar,
Jadeja,
Kuldeep and Jadeja. And they have to now because this rate is released. We see that. So Jurel
Yeah.
is playing. They have to play.
Jurel,
We'll come
yeah,
to
yeah.
the Indian side a little later now.
Yeah.
So and Sudeep, I want your expert opinion on this. If India win the toss and bat, because Saurav Ganguly had set that precedence of winning and batting, which of
Yeah.
course Virat Kohli had not done it a lot.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
India bats first, then what happens?
Yeah, India,
Do you
if
think?
India,
Do you think Rabada will be good enough to rip through India's middle order?
yeah, Rabada and I think Marco Jensen. Rabada is a big threat to
Marco
especially in
Jensen.
the first 1.5 hours. Marco Jensen,
I'm
I
very
think
surprised NGD dropped. I am surprised with NGD being dropped. I don't know why he was
maybe he
dropped.
might have some fitness issues, maybe. Otherwise, because he's not the
Okay.
player to be dropped, I don't think he's the player
And I think
because
the
he's an
pitch which
experienced.
we are seeing, they are saying it is a turning pitch, and Gautam Gambhir is unhappy with the pitch. That is what I saw just now. A few
Yeah, yeah.
media
There
reports.
there is some concern in the Indian camp
Concern in
regarding
the
the
pitch
pitch,
in India.
because
If India wins, he loses the toss. Then they have to bat fourth. They have to
yeah.
bat fourth.
And batting on the fifth day is not easy. In the past, we have seen it in
Because India
Indian
doesn't have a
gardens.
Lakshman and Dravid. India
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have a
yeah,
Lakshman and Dravid.
yeah.
So
And that particular Test match 2001, how India bundled
one
out in the
amazing.
last day. You
Yeah.
remember? You
So
remember?
I will think if India bats first, then also there's an issue. Because Bumrah, I mean, India bats first, then Rabada and Jensen, and then because they have got three spinners,
Huh.
Harmer, Maharaj, and Muthuswamy. Although they have played about 12 test matches, Muthuswamy and Harmer.
Yeah.
But I think Maharaj will be more than handful.
Maharaja will be difficult to negotiate, And even this Muthuswamy, I am told, is a very good bowler, very good spinner of the ball.
Yeah.
There's a team, the concern
So
of the
what
Indian
is
team.
your take if India bats?
Yeah, if India wins the toss, I think they would certainly like to bat first, and pose an imposing total
I
so that
think
and put pressure on South Africa, when
yes.
they bowl.
That
Yeah,
should be the
that should be
case.
the
Unless
case. And
India is very confident that Bumrah will rip through. I think Bumrah on day one, I don't think Bumrah and Siraj will be able to rip through, whatever it is.
yeah, very true, very true. And after the fourth day, there is going to provide a lot of spin. So
Correct.
Indian spinners
I think the
can,
ball will start spinning. I think the ball will start spinning on from the second day
India
onwards,
would
end of
definitely
second day.
like to bat first, because there's a concern regarding the pitch. They are just thinking that this might be,
Correct.
the surface is very dry, basically, with light grass patches. So
Right.
might be a rank
Correct.
turner
Correct.
or what? I
Yeah.
don't know what. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
just saw Gautam Gambhir being very unhappy, saying that it might be a rank turner.
Okay. This
So
won't be a
I
rank
have a
turner.
feeling Jadeja and Sundar, and Jadeja being more of a container these days, he contains the bowlers. I have a feeling that it is going to be tough.
Yeah.
With
What is
only
your take
Sundar
on
as a
what is your
bowler
take
to
on the
get.
South? How do you feel about the South African batting lineup, Rahul?
I think Sudeep, South African batting lineup. I mean, if India's bowling imposes like the Australian bowling, and if Bevuma is in good form,
Yeah.
all depends on the first 1 hour if South Africa bats first.
Yeah.
If South Africa bats well and the breeze, again, Bumrah unable to use the breeze and Siraj, I think they will have to get Kuldeep or Washington ahead in the first day itself. In the first 10 overs, nothing happens. They have to get spinners, which Azhar did, Saurav did with Kumble and Harbhajan. And then if with the breeze spinners, I don't think on the first day there will be not much purchase. And so hence, I think the first day for South Africa is going to be very crucial with the first, how the new ball is being held, negotiated.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
Everyone's expecting Bumrah to rip through, but I'm not too sure whether he'll be able to rip through. Because you saw in the T20 matches, India lost 1-2 to Australia. Bumrah went wicketless. I think we got one.
I
In
think
the
he played one
ODIs
match.
also,
He played only one match,
yeah,
I think, in this recent
one
20.
match. And in the
and
ODIs also, his numbers were pretty bad. Asia
and
Cup, if you remember, we were discussing with
he was
Rajdeep.
clobbered. He was
Asia Cup,
practically clobbered.
he was clobbered. 4
Yeah.
overs, 40. I think he got 1 or 2 wickets in the 3 matches.
Yeah,
So there
yeah,
was no
very
reason for him
badly.
to play a poor tournament like Asia Cup and then the Australia T20.
Of
I
course,
don't know
test
what
match is a different ball game.
different ball
So
game.
let's hope with the closing fielders, he
Yes.
gets if he gets some purchase, he'll be
Your
a
sound is
handful,
muffling up again, Sudeep.
Yeah.
Your sound is muffling up.
There seems to be
Your
some
sound is muffling up,
maybe
Sudeep.
some
Your sound is
connectivity
again a
issues.
problem.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can
Now
you
it
hear
is
me?
clear. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think
Okay.
South Africa, we now draw a conclusion that we end by saying that it is going to be who wins the toss. And I think South Africa wins, they bat. India wins, they bat. If they send an opposition, both them, I will be surprised. Given the strength of, don't underestimate Maharaj and Muthuswamy. I'm telling you, we underestimated New Zealand. Remember what happened? Mitchell Santner.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
we thought we'll beat New Zealand 3-0 and we lost 0-3.
If the ball spins a lot, I'm telling you, Maharaj and this Muthuswamy will be deadly on this kind of surface.
I think
Can you
so.
hear me?
Because India have already burned their fingers in against New Zealand. I think that is exactly where Gautam Gambhir is very unhappy because he also thinks that it is going to be a problem. So I feel that it is going to be a very close match, not so easy for India to win also.
Yeah, so we come to the Indian team. The Rishabh Pant is
I think
back.
so. And what's your take on this at the halfway juncture? What is your take on the? I mean, if India bats first, India wins, or if South Africa bats first, South Africa wins. What do you think?
See, it all depends on ultimately how the spinners play their roles. Because the spinners will come into play from the second day. By the mid of second day, the spinners will have a big role to play in this test match.
Correct.
And because Indian spinners are definitely more slightly. Jadeja and Kuldeep are more experienced than although Maharaj is more than a handful, Maharaj, but Muthuswamy and this Harmer is relatively inexperienced, compared to the South African spinners. Indian spinners are they have more variety, Even Washington Sundar can be a good, he can get some purchase from the wicket.
There's some magic, otherwise it's going to be trouble.
And India, yeah, that is the truth. So I think will be a very closely fought. It depends on how the first day goes. It will be very now. Both the teams are more or less evenly balanced. I
think so because India's spin of last few years, if you look at Jadeja, you will see that he's more of a container. He's more of a batter now. Getting wickets is not his prerogative now. So it will be basically Kuldeep and Sundar. And also we will see as we go into the Indian side, we will see that because Nitish is out, so the team has to be on a very different plane.
And so we'll discuss. They are not big scores matches in Eden test matches. Very competitive matches and very closely fought matches are there.
Yeah, because last time I think 500 happened was, I don't know when it happened, last 500 plus score.
Because you hardly get getting 400.
It is going to be a very difficult, very close fought match.
Difficult. Yeah, very closely fought battle. So now we come to the Indian team.
So on that note, we finish the South African discussion and we more or less conclude that it is going to be a very tight match. Whoever bats first might have an advantage. So that is where we end this discussion on South Africa.